I welcome you all to this video session on seismic design on tall buildings. This is a project assignment for Skyfire Labs online course by Kamrul Islam, Assistant Professor, Rural Engineering College, Hulkoti. This video is made by Kamrul Islam of Rural Engineering College, Hulkoti, as a part of the final assignment of Seismic Design course from Skyfire Labs. The Seismic Design online video tutorials from Skyfire Labs was used to complete this project. Thank you very much Skyfire Labs for giving me a wonderful learning experience and exposure to software in structural engineering. Looking into the problem statement, analyze and design the tall building in Bangalore city following Indian Standard 1893-2002 for earthquake resistant using ETABS software. Here I will be using the previous model what I used for wind analysis. So that same model I will be continuing here by changing the wind loads to seismic loads. So I won't look into the preliminary data of this model. So let me look into the seismic parameters required. Here seismic loads I will be referring Indian Standard 1893-2002. For Bangalore city it is in seismic zone 2. Here the zone factor is 0.1 from table number 2 and soil type is a medium type, that value is equal to 2, and importance factor, that is I, equal to 1 from table number 6, and response reduction factor equal to R, that is equal to 3 for OMRF, that is ordinary moment resisting frames, from table number 7. These values will be looked into later while we will be performing the analysis. Now one more thing, we need to find out the scale factor, which depends mainly on the importance factor I and acceleration due to gravity, that is G, and response reduction factor. With this scale factor I find that value is equal to 1633.5, that is 1633.5. This value will be referred at the time of analyzing using response spectrum method. Here I will be performing the analysis using three methods. So here first method will be static analysis, or it is an equivalent static method. And next method will be performed using response spectrum method, and third will be time history analysis or time history method. Now let's start up with the ETABS. So moving on to the Windows screen, that is computer screen. So here click on ETABS evaluation version. So click on menu file. So open the previously prepared or done model or saved model. Click on open. So use So this was the model where the wind load analysis was performed. So now I will unlock the model to delete the previous results, that is wind load analysis results. So unlock the model and go to define menu, click on load patterns. So here I will be defining seismic loads. So for that First thing I will delete. So here so unlock the model. So here go to define, go to load patterns, click on this wind, so delete the load. So now input the new load, that is seismic load name. So load type, select seismic, select auto load lateral load for Indian standard 1893/2002, add new load. So here modify, click on modify lateral load. So here uncheck all the directions and eccentricity directions. So uncheck this x direction eccentricity and y direction eccentricity. Just select x direction and y direction to perform the static analysis. So the loads are seismic loads will be in the two directions, that is in x and y directions. Now seismic coefficients. So here earlier, so our seismic coefficients, so first one, so zone factor, seismic zone factor, that is Z equal to 0.1. So referring as 1893 part 1 2002 criteria for earthquake resistant design of structures. So here for Bangalore city, so this city, Bangalore city lies in zone 2. So looking into the color of the zone, so blue color indicates that it's a zone 2. So Bangalore is in blue color zone. So we are having that Bangalore to be in zone 2. Next, the importance that zone factor Z from table number 2, zone factor Z for seismic zone 2, that value is equal to 0.1. So add as per code 0.1. Soil type, I will be selecting medium type soil. So again referring code. So from this graph, so medium type or medium soil, that is type 2 soil. So add 2. Importance factor, that is I. So again referring from code. So here from table number 6, importance factor I equals to 1.5 for public buildings like hospitals, schools. Here I am having a residential building, so I will be considering 1 as a zone factor. So enter the value, importance factor value as 1, and for time period let this be a default program calculated value. And for response reduction factor, again referring the code table number 7, from table number 7, so you will get a response reduction factor from table number 7. For here my structure is an RC movement resisting frame. So for RC movement resisting frame, that is OMRF, so response reduction factor is 3. If you are using a steel frame, then the response reduction factor will be 4. So input the value as 3 for response reduction factor. Now close the dialog. So now we have all set with the seismic load parameters. Click on OK. So my next step is to define the load cases. So here in this load cases, so we have with dead loads and seismic loads. Okay. Now go to next step is to analyze. So to analyze, here there is no need of selecting the frame members or elements or selecting the model. So click on analyze menu, select load cases to run. So here all cases has to be run. Click run now. So we have now I have completed with analysis. So to check the analysis results, go to display menu, check for force stress diagrams here using these cases. Say for seismic, if you want to check for moment diagram, you can click on apply. Okay, so you can find moment diagrams, or if you want to check with some other results, go to story response plots. You can find the maximum displacement, story displacement values, or you can check for base shear values. Go to show tables, go to analysis results. Here structure output, check for base reactions. So check here, click on OK. So base reaction for all the combinations. Here for seismic linear static analysis. So my first method was for static analysis. Here the base shear is 354, and for different load combinations you have different base shear values. This is how we can check the analysis results. Now my next step is to perform the design step. So go for concrete frame design, click on view revise preferences, make sure that the code selected should be IS 456 2000, click OK. Again go for design menu, select concrete frame design, start design or check. So here the analysis and design sections differ for 10 concrete frames. So here we will reiterate the analysis and design to select the frame sections automatically by using the auto select function. So click on yes to reiterate the analysis and design. So here 9 concrete frame members have failed. So if you want to use again the analysis, reiteration of analysis and design, you can click on yes, such that you have to repeat the steps till the concrete frames are passed, the design steps. Or if it is not passed, you have to unlock the model, select the frames, and you have to unlock the model, and you have to define the frame sections for higher sizes, and again you have to analyze and design such so that the concrete frames are passed. So now I will check the project report. So after design has completed, you can go with the reports to print the detailed report of this module. So this is how we generate the report, that is summary report of this module. Now next I have performed equistatic method. Now next I will perform with response spectrum method. So now I will unlock the model to perform the response spectrum analysis. So click on unlock model. Now go to define, go to load patterns, make sure that seismic loads are defined before using the response spectrum functions. Here seismic loads are defined. Next, go to define, go to functions, click on functions, select response spectrum function. So here choose Indian Standard 1893-2002, click on add new function. So here give the function name as response spectrum select the zone factor, so as what we have selected earlier to seismic static method, so it will be 0.1 for zone 2 and soil type is 2 and function damping ratio is 0.05. click on OK. So we have defined response spectrum function, so click on OK. Next, go to define, select load cases, here add new load case, click on add new case. So give the name for a new load case, that is response spectrum. Load case type, select response spectrum, here add the load to be applied in both x and y directions, so click on add. So here load type is acceleration, so it will be in x direction, that is u1, and the function type will be response spectrum, and the scale factor what we have calculated is 1633. So input the value as 1633.5. add one more load function in y direction, so select u2 direction and function will be response spectrum and the scale factor value will be 1633.5. now without changing any other parameters, click on OK. So click on OK. So now we have defined the load case. Now after defining the load case, my next step is to analyze this model without selecting this model. So click on analyze, select load cases to run. So here for response spectrum analysis, I should not consider this dead and live loads. So here I will not run this analysis considering dead and live load. So only thing, this analysis will be done for response spectrum analysis. So click on run now. So now I have completed with analysis. So now I will check the analysis results. So here go to display, click on display, check for storage response plots. So here we have 0.02 as a displacement, maximum displacement, as storage number 23. The next step, if I want to check any base shear values for response spectrum, so select output base reactions. Okay, so click on base reactions. So here for response spectrum, here I find the base reaction as 290 in x direction and 298 in y direction. So this is a base shear value. If you have static analysis, it gives me more value in that first method, that is 355. For response spectrum we have the value as 290. So this method is more preferred than this first method. Now next we will move to a third type of analysis, that is time history analysis. So for that, again unlock the model to define the time history functions. So click OK. The analysis values will be removed here. So go to define, select load patterns, make sure that seismic loads are defined. Here go to modify lateral load. So let me apply this time history analysis only in x direction. So choose x direction and untick the y direction. Click on OK. Next OK. So next go to define, select load cases. So here in the load cases, before defining load cases, I have to define the function. So go to functions, select time history functions. So here I will choose a downloaded file, earthquake which has occurred in Bhuj city. So that data is downloaded from peer site, and here that data or ground motion acceleration data will be uploaded in this software. So select a file. So select from file, click to add new function. So browse to add the file. So here, so use that downloaded time history data file. Click on OK. So now here, so choose time history name, give the name as time history function. Now for this graph to be viewed, we will set it some format for 10 characters, so that if it calculates for 0.05 seconds. Now for this header lines to skip, we will view the file. Here we have 9 header lines. So click on 9, and number of points per line is 1. Next click on OK. So now we have defined time history function. Next click on OK. The next step is to define the load cases after defining the time history function. So here I will remove the response spectrum. So delete case of response spectrum. Now add new case, that is time history. Time history. So select load case type as time history. So here load applied, so add the loads. So load pattern, select acceleration type. Here in only one directions that we have defined in lateral load loads, that is x direction, that is u1, and the function is the time history. Select the scale factor is what we have calculated, that is 1633.5. Okay, click on OK. Click on OK. My next step is to analyze this model using time history functions. So click on Analyze tab, select the load cases to run. So here, so I will be running this seismic and time history. So run now. click on done. So now we have analyzed this model. So click on display to check the storage response plots. So here we have displacement value as 0.02. Now go to display, go to plot functions, select say if you want to check any, so you have plot functions. So here you find max and minimum base shear force for different time intervals. So here maximum is 86 for 8.7 seconds. So this is our max value for base shear force, base shear value. Or else if you want to check the combined storage response plots, click on that. So you find displacement, drift, shear and overturning plots. Okay, click on close. Or if you want to check for base shear values in the tables, go to base shear. So here using time history functions, the base shear is 91. Earlier for response spectrum it was 290, and for seismic, for first method it was 355, and for second method, that for response spectrum method it was 290, and for time history that structure is having 91 as a base shear. Okay, this is how we can extract the analysis results. Now my next step is to go with the design. So click on design, select concrete frame design, view revised references, make sure that IS 456 is selected, click on OK. Again go to design, select concrete frame design, select start design check. Here 11 concrete frames have failed. So to pass those 11 concrete frames, you can make use of that auto select function. Here that auto select function is used if you reiterate the analysis and design. So as of now I will not reiterate the analysis, so you can go on reiterating the analysis till the concrete frames are past the design. So click no. So here we will check on, after completion of this analysis and design, we have to go to reports to take the complete summary, to check the summary of the report. In order to print out, in order to take the prints of the report, you can have that access to this report. So this is a summary. So here you can find the various results from this report. So from this session, so I have completed the analysis and design of tall building for seismic loads, wherein I have analyzed for three methods. First method was equivalent static method, and through that method I checked with the base shear and other result analysis parameters. And from second method, that is a response spectrum method, again I checked with the base shear, and ultimately for this third method, that is time history, again we checked with some parameters, results and base shears. Comparing all these three methods, for time history and response spectrum methods were the accurate methods for seismic analysis. So with this I will end up my session. Thank you.